we heard you are doing some new movements and making a website, and it has to do with Indian and American culture. Is that right?
That's right. It's really about trying to, in some way, preserve some remarkable stories of our parents and grandparents as they immigrated to this country and to other places outside of India. These stories that we've heard as kids all of our lives, so much so that we got sick of them after a while. But then also recognize the importance of these stories and wanted to make sure that our great-grandkids could hear those stories one day.
So these stories have to do with Indian culture. Do they have to do with their extraordinary aspects of these people's lives? Is it something that is, Indian only, or it's something that maybe targets a larger audience?
Well, I think that this is about a story about people coming to the United States and setting up a brand new life for themselves. And I think the audience, I think that the elements of that story are going to be very, very multidimensional. You're going to hear stories of struggle. You're going to hear stories of community. You're going to hear stories of fun and pleasure and building a brand new life. And I think that the audience is multidimensional. It doesn't just have to be Indians that can watch that story and appreciate it. And I think for Sanjay and I think that if another community was to create their own Kahani movement, I think for us that would be the greatest source of flattery, because I think that this is something that isn't just specific to Indians. Every community has stories worth preserving.
So is the website now ready? Is it under construction, or?
It is ready. We officially launched it tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, it's launching tonight. So we wish you very good luck. And I want you to remember one moment from your stories. I mean, your brother, so I don't know if it's the same one. And I want you to tell us, if you were one of these users that would go tonight to the Kahani Movement website, what aspect of your lives would you upload, let's say, for your first video?
Well, I think probably for both of us, this is really stories of our parents and grandparents, and so it'd probably be the story of our mom. Our mom is a remarkable woman. She was the first woman who ever went to engineering school in her town of India. She was the first woman engineer ever hired at Ford Motor Company. And she traveled by boat here from Germany, as she's told us many, many times. She worked at a Six Flags in Chicago and went on to meet my dad by cold calling a phone book number, and subsequently got married and had us. So it's really about our parents and our grandparents.
That's a summarized version of the story.
So you have the same story. I guess you don't have another.
We have the same parents.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, you would choose the same moment of your family history.
Yeah, I think so, because because we've heard that story so many times, but B, because it's a great story. It's stories like that made Sanjay and I realize, it's stories like that need to be preserved.
So this website, besides telling stories, is it also going to go to, let's say, news producing, covering events? Besides the story aspect and the user-generated aspect, are you thinking to maybe start producing something yourselves?
I don't think it's going to be news type content. I think that we, one thing that's already started to be apparent is that the stories are so varied. As easy it is to paint the Indian community in this country with one broad brushstroke, it's not that easy. Just like it isn't easy to paint the Greek culture in this country. So I think ultimately we might get many documentaries that come out of this that tell a very different story of the Indian immigrants than anybody would expect. It would be very surprising.
Thank you very much. I wish you good luck.